Hello! Go steer him away. There. Have him hang out by the picture there, sick. How is everyone? Happy Halloween! Well, not quite. We're halfway there. We're halfway there. We're halfway through October already. Ah! But I know it's been a month. The weather gods have not been kind. I got a really bad cold, and I've also been distracted by Silent Hill. I got Silent Hill on the 8th, and I've been playing it at night by myself most of the time. It's fun. It's scary, it's creepy. Most of the time I'm by myself and I'm screaming at mannequins jumping at me, and I'm complaining about the ambient noises sounding like something like Pyramid Head's gonna come out and get me, or just breathing in my freaking ears. But, you know, I know a lot of people are playing it right now, so that's why I'm just playing it on my own time at night instead of streaming it. I do want to stream a spooky game. I've been debating whether Doki Doki Literature Club counts, or there's a couple of other games I've had my eyes on. So if there is a particularly spooky game that maybe you think you'd like to see me try, please feel free to let me know. Easiest way to be to leave a comment on Twitter, as I'm checking that the most right now, but you can message me on any of my social medias. Just let me know. Anyway, it is All Saints Wake in Eorzea, and I feel like they have a really cool glamour outfit for the season, so let's get going, shall we? I decided, since it was a special event, I would replace the Turalism cover with the All Saints Wake art. I thought it looked really cool. Oh. I'm really glad too that they're making it that you can look at just the art by itself now. I used to have to use Firefox to kind of like pull the image on its own. So it's really nice that they're just like, you want to see the art? Here's the art. Here you go. The Aether-starved Ahriman. The pumpkin-headed apparition is on the lookout for an able adventurer. It's been more than a few moons since last we met, friend. As it so happens, I have a proposition suited to your talents. Are you prepared to throw caution to the wind and consort with fiends most foul once again? Duh! Of course you are. But before we get to the heart of the matter, let us reflect upon the history of All Saints Wake, just in case you don't know. On this night do fell fiends emerge to cavort and careen, unconcerned with the judgments of those on high. For the halls of the saints' heavenly abode ring with merriment as the wine flows freely, and no one can be bothered to look down. Thus did gods-fearing folk greet this particular sunset with trepidation, daring not to venture from their homes. No longer. Nay, for adventurers came and drove out the void scent, restoring safety to the city streets, and marking the occasion as one of jubilation. That's all well and good, but what of the poor forsaken fiends? Are they too not deserving of revelry? My wish is to see All Saints Wake reborn as a celebration for all, be they ghost, ghoul, Gridanian, or otherwise. And how do I propose to accomplish this feat? Binding obligations, friend. I've convinced the more sinister sorts to enter into contracts which forbid them from preying on mortals. In exchange, they are permitted to partake in the festivities. But there's one troubled soul who still seems incapable of getting into the spirit of things. Perhaps you'd be willing to give them a helping hand? Nothing too devilishly difficult, I promise. Before you get started, you'll want to get a grasp of the particulars by speaking with Papa Gruff. He ought to be performing one of his shows by the entrance to the Great Lone Growry. Now go. I shall be watching your performance with great interest. I like her. It's kind of interesting how she's playing a more active role now than she used to. Like, there's no use hiding it. I exist. I'm here. Time to get my hands dirty. Papa Gruff, the clown. Although it pains me so, our humble performance must draw to a close. Let us then end things on a high note. Ladies and gentlemen, I bid you feast your eyes on the fantastic Philcox and his transformation magics. That's you, dude. What was that all about? The clowning and whatnot was a right laugh, but that last bit was bleeding rubbish. Oh, let's get out of here. Once more, you failed to muster up even an ounce of magical prowess. I had the crown in the palm of my hand. We'd be the toast of the town if not for your blunder. There you go again, shrieking the same old tune. Standing up to my eyeball with this farce. Just because you know a few cheap tricks doesn't give you the right to treat me like that. I can't stand the sight of you, let alone the thought of taking the stage with you again. Good riddance. Hi. Well, well, fate has conspired for us to cross paths again. Out with the den, I know you're not here to swap pleasantries. The pumpkin lady told me to talk to you. The foul fiend, failing to get into the spirit of All Saints' wake, I'd wager you speak of Philcox, the fellow who stormed off in a huff. Like most of our ilk, Philcox and I have an insatiable appetite for aether. But unlike your garden-variety voidsend who hunt hapless mortals like beasts, we prefer to sate our hunger with their enthusiastic approval. I tell you, there's no aether as delectable as you'll find in food gifted in genuine appreciation, which set me to thinking, perhaps preying on mortals was an old-fashioned and misguided approach. Thus did I commit to giving folk the sort of frights that dazzle and delight, winning hearts and minds, and in the process no small number of aether-laden delicacies. And what better occasion for such terrifying amusements as All Saints' Wake? The method is catching, too. Many voidsend now seek aether in this manner. Philcox is one such reformed individual. When I first laid eyes upon him, I sensed promise. But get him in front of a crowd and you're lucky to get a smattering of half-hearted applause, let alone a few measly crumbs. You'd be better off hearing it from Ahriman's mouth, though. He can't have gotten far. Okay, bye. I wonder why the Ariman is having issue. Da, 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 da. That sniveling whelp of an imp. Magic's this, magic's that. Sheer unbridled cheek of it. Wilcox is practically frothing at the mouth, so incensed is he by his treatment at the hands of Papa Gruff. You must soothe him before attempting to start a conversation. Hey, calm down, buddy. Apologies. I take a leave of my senses. Your timely intervention is much appreciated. Wait, by the look of you, I'd say you're an adventurer. Let me guess, that pumpkin-headed lady sent you to check up on me, did she? I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you my tale. Try as I might, I just can't get the hang of transformation magics. Without the means to delight the crowds, was starved for appreciation. I'm an Ahriman. Paralyzing prey with this big eye of mine, not a problem. Turning them to stone with the petrifying glare, a trifling task. Hells, I could even smell despair and all manner of negative emotions in the people around me. Obviously, paralysis and petrification won't win over an audience. And my metaphorical nose for despair isn't going to put Aether on the table either. I ought to just tell that pumpkin-headed lady I'm not cut out for this business. If you're here at her behest, you'd better come too. All about playing to your strength. I'll just run back. Ta-da. I like how all the ghosts are looking at the pumpkins. It's like, are you decorating them? Are you admiring them? Aww. These ones are looking like they're trying to comfort the guy that's closed. About sums it up. I gave it my all and I'm not for show for it, which is to say I've come to the conclusion that I will never be an entertainer. I gather you had a hand in Phil Cox's decision to lay bare his thoughts and feelings. Not that it did any good. I'm still stuck at square one, underappreciated and underfed. Such a curious child. Are you truly so blind to your own potential? No doubt you have an inkling as to what I speak of. Pray share your wisdom with Phil Cox. Okay. You could smell dark emotions. Use your gift to help those in need. Well, you'd be hard-pressed to find a void set who'd suggest that. I don't see how helping others helps me. But then again, I know little of mortal ways, so perhaps I should heed your advice. Oh, wait, I see the logic in it now. What better way to make use of my talents and knock that pompous Papa Gruff right off his pedestal? No. I'm getting ahead of myself. I've no idea where to start. Perhaps I can lend a hand with a little sleight of hand. Hold still. Ooh, a glow-up. Not only is that get-up guaranteed to turn heads, each and every thread is imbued with a potent magic to aid in your newfound purpose. Oh, you know, I think I can feel it. Maybe this isn't gonna be so tough after all. There you are. You know, I had thought to apologize for my harsh words earlier, since our act was my initiative and therefore our success, or lack thereof, was ultimately my responsibility, but I sense you've been scheming. It pleases me to inform you, Papa Gruff, that I've found a way to win over mortals on my own terms. I find that hard to believe, but since you seem so confident, why don't we have ourselves a contest? Whoever garners the most affection and thereby the largest share of aether-rich victuals wins, and to the victor go the spoils of subservience. The loser will be bound to obey their every whim. How does that sound? You're on. I hope you're ready to bow and scrape. That mortal epithet about one's bark being worse than one's bite comes to mind. Prepare yourself, Philcox. know I've got this marvelous magic outfit, but I'm not entirely convinced I have what it takes to beat Papa Gruff on my own. Come with me, just until I get the hang of things. That's all I ask. Okay. Very well. I shall leave Philcox in your capable hands. I want the cool outfit. When do I get the cool outfit? I trust you will do everything in your power to assist Philcox in his endeavors. After a nudge in the right direction, Philcox is ready to embark on his mission. How about we try and find a troubled soul in need of aid? But let's get out of here first. Get back over there. Right. Time to look for folk harboring negative feelings. Give me a moment. It's got the emo radar. I don't know if it has anything to do with that pumpkinhead lady's enchantment, but my powers feel more potent than ever. I've already found someone. Whoever they are, they're awfully flustered. They're to the northeast, I think, though I'm not sure where exactly. The roads here can be confusing. Have you seen Limsa? Truth be told, this is my first time in the city. I've got a decent sense of direction, but I've yet to grasp the lie of the land. Could I trouble you to lead the way? Okay. Our flustered target is northeast of here. I'll be right behind you. Yep, I know the drill. Okay. Let's go! Looks like we could have a chat with him over here. Such glee. They mentioned a clown. I'd wager they've just had the privilege of seeing one of Papa Gruff's performances. Listen, I'll be the first to admit that he's an expert illusionist, and you've only got to look at the folk these ladies like these ladies to see that he knows how to work a crowd. But I won't be upstaged. I'll prove there's more than one way to win over an audience by following your timely advice, that is. Given the delight written on their faces, our opponent must have earned himself some sustenance, which means we've no time to lose. Onward! Turning a pumpkin into a little pup, whatever will they do next? Whoop, whoop. That is pretty cute. Oh, this guy does look flustered. Oh gods, where has she gotten to? This must be the feeling my senses were leading me to. Shall we find out what ails him? Uh-huh. You there. What's gotten you so worked up? Oh, forgive me. There was this poor little girl who'd been separated from her mother. I was helping her to look, but she suddenly disappeared. I can't simply abandon her, but then again I have an urgent personal matter to attend to. Oh, I don't know what to do. In that case, why don't I and my associate look for the girl? Then you can see to your affairs without worry. Thank you, thank you. She's a young lass dressed in blue. I hope you're able to find her forthwith. Goodbye. He certainly was appreciative, yet here I am empty-handed. Forget the food, we have a lost child to find. Detecting a despairing presence to the east there. Odds are it's the girl, which means I have need of your navigational nose. Nose? Was it meant to be spelled that way? I'll have to look that up. N-O-U-S, once again. After you. Alright, I'll look that up real quick. N-O-U-S. Common sense. The mind or intellect. Huh. I've never heard of that word before. The more you know. Ding, ding, ding. He's talking to Papa Gruff. I should have known you'd turn up sooner or later. Oh, this would be a fine opportunity to accrue some appreciation, but the poor girl is beside herself. She keeps calling out for her mama. Might I enlist your help? This must be the last lass we've been looking for. If we want to earn her thanks, we'll need to reunite her with her mother, wouldn't you say? Uh-huh. Which means we now have a lady to look. Any suggestions? Use your senses to search for someone feeling anxious, cause yeah, Mama's probably feeling worried. Ah, you're saying that the mother will be worried about her daughter having gone missing. Brilliant. This is exactly why I had you accompany me. Right then. Found her. Don't know which is the bigger boon, having you by my side on this fancy finery. Think I've learned my way around the city more or less. I'll handle this next part on my own. Wait here, I'll be back with the girl's mother in no time. Okay. 12 be praised, you're safe. You have my eternal gratitude. Thanks for finding Mama, mister. Leave me now, Papa Gruff. Sweet, sweet appreciation on all courtesy of my special talent. I can't help but notice they didn't offer you anything edible by the way of thanks. For my part, I've already been rewarded with a tasty morsel. That said, the gift of food is far from guaranteed. Indeed, perseverance is key, which is why I find myself performing show after show. I suggest you approach this contest with the same tenacity, Philcox. I'm afraid he's right. Constant effort is key. I sensed another troubled soul while tracking down the girl's mother. I'd better see what I can do to help. You know, I think I'm ready to go it alone now. Why don't you let our pumpkinhead and benefactor know? I'll come and find you when I'm done. Okay. Well, I'm afraid my next performance calls. Until we meet again, adventurer. Ugh. My nose is stuffed like a turkey, and not in a good way. Ugh. Take the ether here. We get the clothes now? Do we get the clothes? The adventure returns, and at the precise moment I predicted. I do hope keeping Philcox company wasn't too taxing. What of a fiend in his endeavors? Well, he's been helping people. He's not gotten food yet, but he's working on it. You have my thanks, truly. Ah, speak of the devils. Here they come. Dear, oh dear, that turned out to be a damn sight harder than I'd anticipated. And all I have to show for my travails is a single cookie. I think the first gift I'd receive will prove to be the last. Curses, I didn't receive so much as a crumb. Suppose this means you win. Well, I'm yours to command, Papa Gruff. You admit defeat far too readily, Philcox. Huh? Ah! Hooray! We found you! I wanted to thank you properly for helping me and Mama. I brought you a pumpkin cookie. Simply scrumptious! That was quite the effect. I'm glad you like it. Farewell. That makes it one apiece. A draw then. Still, Philcox, Well, you had some assistance along the way. You've nevertheless done yourself proud. I think I'd live to see the day Papa Gruff sings my praises. Kind of you to finally admit that I might have worth. Is that all you desire? My begrudging acceptance? You forgot your reasons for joining the festivities in the first place? Of course I haven't. Good people of Britannia are still in need of my help. And where there are common folk in need, there are cookies to be freed. Give it to me. I'm sure I'd better get going. But before I do, let me say this. I might have found a way to make the most of my talents, but I wouldn't have been able to do so without you and the pumpkin-headed lady. I'm sure we'll run into again. I'm sure we'll run into each other again one of these days. Till then. Bye. Promise I sensed in Phil Cox when he and I first met wasn't a little sorry after all. I should take my leave too. Should be remiss of me to allow him to garner all the glory. Say nothing of the cookies. I'd say those two fiends ended up having themselves a frightfully fun-filled All Saints week. Wouldn't you agree? And for your part in this, a fitting reward. I present to you a set of finery as worn by Gridania's most emotionally perceptive Ahriman. Here you go. Perhaps you wonder if your outfit is endowed with the same enchantment. You needn't worry. There never was an enchantment. Really? That little charade was my way of giving Phil Cox the confidence he so sorely lacked. Although I dare say such a measure was unnecessary, given he had you to cheer him on. Before I forget, you're hereby cordially invited to my humble abode for a get-together of sorts. Do drop by. I assure you it will be frightfully entertaining. Anyway, your help is much appreciated. At this rate, my vision of an All Saints wake for mortals and void-sent alike might not be such a distant prospect. Though I do hope that these shenanigans haven't dulled your enthusiasm for this most occult of occasions. Farewell. Yay! That's right. We have access to the spooky party place. Before I leave, I want to put this stuff on. I think I'll do it. Yeah, I'll just do it on the white page, it's fine. But I do need to make room. So much inventory, so little time. That is the glamour dresser. I'm trying to keep the leveling stuff, but I should be cause see, here's the deal. Eventually Blue Mage is gonna get to 90. That level cap will eventually get raised. So I've been trying to hang on to like the 80 to 90 casting gear. No, I could take that. that out. I could take that out. And I could that up. Perfect. All right. Woo! I must be emo. Yeah. I have to admit that when I first saw this outfit, the first thing I thought was, oh, it looks like what the Primals band wears. It kinda is. It's got a little more business going on than what they have, but it's kind of similar. Anyway. Let's see. I like her outfit. I like the hat. We're gonna get at least one of these. I've heard it's like really, really big. We could go to the... Oh, this guy, is it this one or is it this one? Female Geyser. That goes to the haunted area. Wait, I'm confused. Wait. There's two? Haunted Hollow. Oh. This goes inside Hawk Manor. And this goes to the outdoor party place. We're gonna go there. Yes. This place looks dope. And you can still go to the manor from here, which is cool. I don't think they change anything, but I love the way this looks. See, that's the pumpkin item we got. It's pretty much this. A lot of mushrooms. Is this mushroom thing new? I don't know. I don't remember if all these mushrooms were here. I'd have to look at the old video. Or last year's video. Here to eat, have a seat. I like the little IT. I'd love to be able to like decorate a house with all like spooky stuff. I know that they're changing it so that with the next patch you can change the interior pillars. Oh, hello Professor Ramses. I don't know how long ago you sent that message, but welcome. Nice to see you. But yeah, like I'll be able to finally fix the FC house with the hanging pillars, which I've been wanting to do for a long time. Oh, well, welcome. Unfortunately, you're catching me near the end of things. Oh, yeah, I know Scarlet. Yes, Wisteria Witch. I've known her since going to Anime Expo. I don't know if I saw her the very first year that I went in 2001, but I definitely think from at least 2004, because that's when I won the anime karaoke contest that year, and I remember she was there with me. I have a photo of us together from when I performed that year. But I know she's been going to AX way longer than I have. But welcome. But yeah, I just finished the Halloween quest and got this really cool outfit. It's got little winglings in the back. You can't dye them though. When I saw, there's one Final Fantasy XIV creator I watched, Mioni, who's usually very good about showing off outfits and stuff, and he showed that you can dye the clothing and like the colored parts, but these wings will always stay this color. But I like it though. I'd like to see this paired with a skirt and some leggings. Maybe like the old caster leggings from A Realm Reborn patch content. Because they get like the fishnets. I think that's the only time I've ever seen fishnets was that caster gear. Let's see what she says. You wish to have words? Very well. What would you know? Well, I already know all this stuff. Heck, I probably talked to you last year about this stuff. I think these guys give the different costumes. The end of conflict of 1,000 years. That's Heavensward, and that's A Realm Reborn. So this is probably Stormblood and Shadowbringers. Does that mean you have Dawntrail? You have Dawntrail costumes? Oh, so these are Alphanel and Alize's parents, I'm pretty sure. This, I'm guessing, is Gaius. This... brain is blanking out. But yeah, I knew it was him. Why is my brain blanking? He was the main character in Dawntrail. I'm so tired. Let's see. Google save me. Huh. I didn't realize that the guy playing him was Icelandic. I thought he was from, like a Norwegian country. Or Scandinavian. Erenville. See, I knew it started with an E. Erenville. Erenville. Alright. Well, take it off. Here we go. Spends his life collecting treasures of the Far East. Is that, glasses dude? Yes. This guy. Hancock, I think that's Hancock. Right? I'm right, right? I'm right. Yes, that is Hancock. He's wearing a cooler outfit. It looks pretty cool. I feel bad that I haven't done the second set of variant dungeons. I do need to get around to that. Makode woman who shares her body with the soul of an ancient magus. Oh, this is that one Makode for the third deep dungeon thing, right? Yeah, her. She's wearing the Endwalker gear that's based off of Final Fantasy IV. It's cool. Take that off. What else you got? Simulacrum housing the will of a great worm who is reunited with the sister in the void. Oh. Oh, it's the adult one. Okay. Let's see. Vitra, right? Vitra. I feel like because I've been on vacation. Oh yes, like because the producer and director Naoki Yoshida considers Final Fantasy XIV to be like a Final Fantasy series theme park MMO. A lot of stuff is based off of the other Final Fantasy games, and the Endwalker gear, like the first gear that you can get through tone currency, post Endwalker was all based off of the characters from Final Fantasy IV. So let me go back to that girl a sec. Hold on. So like, go back here, her. So this gear, not the legging part, but the chest piece here with the keepy part is what the casters and healers get, and it's supposed to be based on Rosa and Rydia from Final Fantasy. Yeah, see, you got it. And so they did that for the others too. So like the paladin, well, the tank paladin gear looks like Cecil. I say it's Cecil. I know it could be Cecil, Cecil, whatever. I see Cecil. But they did that, and so they've got stuff that looks like what Edge and Kane wear, etc., etc. So yeah. I know that for one of the previous FanFests, they gave out clothing based on Titus and Yuna from Final Fantasy X. So I still have that outfit as a glamour. They've had crossover events for Final Fantasy 11, 13, 15, and 16. So you can get those outfits as well. I think, oh no, my partner was wearing the Final Fantasy 16 outfit up until he started Dawn Trail, but now that he's been getting gear, he doesn't have that glamour on anymore. But yeah, you can get a lot of stuff, and it's not just clothing. You can also get like certain minions or mounts based off of the other games. So like they've got the Onion Knight, they have Furion, the Warrior of Light, you got Red Mage, you got a Pain there. They've got Palom, Param, Rydia, Rosa. Of course, I had to get all of them because Final Fantasy IV is one of my top Final Fantasy games of all time. But yeah, like for the recent Dawn Trail, they were giving up Zidane and Garnet if you pre-ordered and got the collector's edition of the game. So yeah, they've got all sorts of references to the other games, and sometimes they'll have collabs with other stuff too. That's why I've got these like Yokai Watch characters as minions. But yeah, if you're... Yeah, Final Fantasy IV was my very first Final Fantasy growing up. I remember renting it from Blockbuster because my mom wouldn't buy it, but she was fine with renting it a bajillion times. So I was renting it a lot to play through the story. So I love Final Fantasy IV, and Final Fantasy walked so that Final Fantasy 6 and 7 could run. So it paved the way for a lot of very good Final Fantasy stories after that. So I love 4. I'd say it's probably my second favorite. My first favorite being 6. Just because 6, I hyperfixated hardcore when 6 came out, so I love 6 a lot. Let's see what else they've got. A shy but mathematically minded clone. Oh, is it Brandhild? This is funny. I love the Hildebrand side quest line. It's hilarious. I can't wait till they add more. A Huron man who crossed time and space to protect this star. Is that who I think it is? Oh, it's the Endwalker Warrior of Light. Such a cool... Like, I don't necessarily like the way tank gear looks on a female Makodi, but damn, the tank gear looks cool. let's get this off. I love Halloween. I love this place. I don't know if people have parties here, like in-game parties, because I know sometimes they'll do that. Like a DJ will just have a stream going so people can have the stream going to hear the music while they're just hanging out in an area interacting with players in the game. But this is such a perfect place for a Halloween party. People should take advantage of that if they don't already. Oh yeah, I'm sure on Balmung they love this place, I'm sure. But I'm on Exodus, so most of the time I'm sticking to the Primal servers, but yeah, I'm sure on Balmung they are definitely taking advantage of this place while it's here. But I love Halloween, so I obviously had to do this, even though I'm still a little sick. For the last time I streamed, I talked about how my goal was to try and get certain jobs caught up to 100 so that I could do their role quests as a stream. So I've got Dark Knight, Reaper, Pictomancer, and Dancer about halfway. Things were going a little slow because I was thinking, oh, I should be trying to do 2 things at the same time. Like, I should try and catch up on my shared fates while I'm, leveling them. But it's just, now that I'm on the at-level fates, it's just been going a lot slower. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe I'll just save this for later and just focus on grinding trusts and doing the trust dungeons, because I've been trying to level them too so they can get their beach outfits. That's what their 4th glamour is going to be. They all get nice little beach outfits. But I want to get that done by the time the next patch comes out next month, because that's when they'll be adding the quest for people that have done all of the role quests. So I have until November to get all of these guys to 100, and then I could show that off for you guys. Alright? But I didn't plan on doing this much longer than an hour, and I've reached that milestone. So I'm gonna check out here. Let's see the state of things before I go. Back to you. How'd these look at Twitch? How are we doing? Okay, I will leave it at that then for now. It was nice meeting you as well, Professor Ramses. I'll have to check you out when you're live next time. But thank you everyone that came to check me out today. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, please be sure to give me a follow on Twitch, as it helps me with the goals on here. Yeah, definitely get that PC work done. For those watching in the future, thank you for checking out my VODs. Please be sure to subscribe to find out when more VODs will be coming. And also subscribe to my main channel so you can find out when I put a song next. I'm thinking of recording a Halloween song, but I haven't nailed down a choice yet. So if I don't decide, it's probably not going to happen, and I'll just have to shift to focusing on Christmas instead. But I'd love to get a Halloween spooky song going. We'll see what happens. Wish me luck. So until then, have a fantastic day. See you next time. Bye bye. Goodbye.